work. And for them, it's FO no. It's gonna be very, very no for them. Because many youth realize that now they can't give us 5,000 naira. We can't spend 5,000 naira for 5 years or probably for 4 years. And within my area, I think I spoke to some of the guys that you guys don't think, or probably I don't know what you guys are going through. Someone's going to bring you or is going to give like a 2,000 naira for you to destroy a lot of people, a lot of protests. And how would that be an help to you? You know? And many of them doesn't know this will just be an issue to them. But I believe I just want us to have a focus that we have a goals or we know where we are going. We don't need someone to start. Because I really love what she said so much. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kolawole Alajide. Of course, for us at New Nigeria Youth Movement, our eyes is on the ball. And that's why where our focus is on how we can come out better in terms of structure, in terms of policy guidelines, in terms of, developing a formidable movement that will able to take us to a Nigeria of our dream. That's what we're talking about, a new Nigeria entirely, away from this current way we are running this country. So that's why for us in New Nigeria Youth Movement, the call is to awaken the consciousness, the political consciousness as it is, of our youth, that we can actually take this power we want via the process. That is what we're about here at the New Nigeria Youth Movement. So we are asking this evening that there is an allegation by the governors to push for the censorship of the social media because they say that the EndSARS protest was meant to overthrow President Muhammadu Buhari. We're asking, is it really the reality? Is this really the truth? And we said, if you want to speak to this, you can indicate for you to be unmuted. So you can simply say, unmute me on the Zoom group chat. If this is being streamed on Facebook, I would like Mama Delike to help, also cover this. So I'd like to unmute Dennis Oswa to speak to this topic that selected governors are pushing for the censorship of social media. They say that EndSARS protest was meant to overthrow President Muhammadu Buhari. How true is this? So I'd like to have Dennis. I'd like to unmute Dennis. Adeleke, can you help me do that from your end? I'd like to unmute Dennis. Dennis, you can unmute yourself.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Wow.
Good evening, all.
Good evening. We
Good
can
evening,
hear you. Yeah, good evening.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me here. Sorry I missed yesterday, but I'm here now, and I love the topic so far. You said something about the governors pushing to have social media censored.
Yes.
Let me tell you the truth. The truth here is that they are looking for another avenue to loot Nigeria money, because a lot of money will be allocated for this particular project to be done from federal government. And these same crews, these same governors, will the same way they have been doing for years, we still find a way to take away the money. Look at what's happening in Abuja. The CCTV cameras that Jonathan government installed everywhere. What happened to them? It's nowhere to be found today. So all these things is just a way, according to the first lady that spoke, that have made so many. Internally, we are not happy. We are not happy with the system. We are not happy with the way this country is being run. We are not happy with the way things that all of us, one way or the other, will have people that have been outside this country and will see the way they do their own things. They value human life. They value their citizens. EndSARS protest is all about regarding us as citizens and treat us as citizens, not as people you're there to kill. No, we are not immigrants. We did not come from anywhere. This is our country. Our government, people in charge that we ourselves pay their salary if you don't know. Because the way they are doing this thing, they're doing it as if they are helping you. No, you pay their salary. Because if you do not
Okay. I think he's having some network glitch on his end. Okay, I think Dennis is having some network difficulty on his end. So he's made his point. The fact that the noise or the call, as it were, by the governors that they want to censor social media is only to open another conduit pipe through which our joint resources can be appropriated to themselves, legally. They will award contracts, monies will be paid, and they will claim that they are doing something to censor the social media. Social media that the US have not been able to censor. Social media that even China has not been able to censor. Mark Zuckerberg went to China and posted on his Facebook, right?
They just want to take us
from their capital. Is that the same social media that the Nigerian government wants to censor? And as the convener, okay, I think we have Dennis back. I'll let you have this. Let me complete this line. As the convener of the New Nigerian movement, usually said that he doubts if President Muhammadu Buhari has ever been to his own Facebook or his own Twitter account, or if he has ever seen it at all. So is it the same set of leaders that want to come and censor us? For us, who use the power of this social media to get the kind of country we want. For us, we believe if we structure ourselves properly, we believe if we do the right things at the right time, this will be an opportunity for us to use the power of the social media to get our country better. So I'd like Dennis to complete his line. I think he's back.
Okay. Sorry for that. Is the same system we are the same issues we are having, all of us. What I was saying is that the governors they want to take us away from the main point of discussion, which is having a better Nigeria. They want to take us away. That's the reason why they're bringing up all these titles of I've said. No, method is divide and rule. They will always look for ways to say, okay, because Muhammad Buhari is from so area, that's the reason why everybody wants to overthrow him. All those things is just to distract the youth, divide us the way they have been doing for the past 60 years. Please, every one of us, it's about time we look at beyond our time and consider the future of our children. Because if we do not get this thing right this time around, believe me, our generation will become failed generation too. I know all of us are eager to have it, but let us remain focused because the governors, they are smart. Forget them, they are smart. They have a lot of smart people around them that will always teach them how to divide the youth so that we will never unite to fight for one goal, having a better society, having a better country, that we will be proud to say, this is our home. Not
So,
every day, everybody
Dennis,
are running away. Simply.
You are saying this protest is not about overthrowing President Muhammadu Buhari, but rather about getting a better country
No.
for ourselves and for our future generation.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I have Don Jose, if I got the name right. I have Samuel Dada. I have Chukuma Onfuju. So I'll take Don Jose next, then
Yes.
Samuel Dada to follow.
Yeah,
Once
now,
again, yes, thank you, Don Jose. You'll have the hair very soon. We said this discussion this evening is about the allegation by selected governors, the northern governors specifically, that they want to push for social media censorship because they say the NSAS protest was meant to overthrow President Muhammadu Buhari. We are not going into that argument with them. What we are simply asking is, we'll give them a simple line answer. Is this true or is it false? And what do we really want from the NSAS movement? That's what this evening's discussion is all about.
thank you. I've been following since yesterday anyway. We started from restructuring yesterday, and I was trying to make my own view, but I couldn't come up. Then today also we started. I am a dropout. I stopped in primary 6, and I was in primary school when my late Mohammed Bugaria was the head of state of Nigeria. That was 1983. And up to this years, he still come up to become a president.
Okay. I think I get your line, Don Jose.
You see,
yes,
I have not finished.
Hold on. This is another opinion. You've used a line that, of course, we are very careful of the way we speak here. We speak of what we can authenticate in as much as the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is concerned. The word late Muhammadu Buhari will not be allowed on this platform. I have to tell you categorically. I can see the flag of Biafra you have behind you. I sympathize with the Biafran dream, the Biafran goal. I would want to see an Inewi that is the capital of industrialization in Africa. As I'm speaking, I'm in Asaba. I reside in Port Harcourt. So I have a dream of a beautiful Biafra. I don't mind staying here with my visas. It's not a problem after all. We have Nigerians in Mozambique. We have Nigerians in Ghana doing their business.
But you cut me off. You don't want me to finish. You just cut me off.
Yes, because you used the line late Muhammadu Buhari, and I heard you clearly. So I want the admin, except if you withdraw it and you refuse and you not use such statement again. That's when I'll allow you to have the hair.
Okay. Bygone. Let's that one gone. But you see, if we are talking about that we are going to restructure Nigeria, we have to start from A to B. Look at the protest we started. I am still out for the protest. Don't talk about anything Biafra. I am more Nigeria than you. Correct. I'm not here. I am not in this platform to talk about Biafra. I have right to have any flag in my house. Both America, both UK, any flag I want to have, I have right to have it in my house. So don't go there. Now, we are talking about to restructure Nigeria. What are we going to restructure? Are we going to restructure? Look at the protests we have been doing. We just started this protest, NSAS, and police brutality. At the end of the day, they have hijacked it. And everything is just going like it's going to be quenched. But blood has been wasted. And blood are still wasted. Now, the restructure, the ending SARS, they have restructured it to SWAT. And they are coming up very soon. And we are going up. That's why the president come up and said that we are lazy youth. Because I was in primary school when he was the head of state. And I know that it's not up to 32 years when he became the head of state. That's why I'm a lazy youth, because he fought and become a head of state. Today, we are lazy youth because we started protests and then bring these boys, then bring police and make us to be afraid and go in. Now they say, okay, now they have restructured, they have brought SWAS. And the protest quit. Is that the restructuring we are talking about? Or is that the new Nigeria we are talking about?
What is NSAS protest about? Is it to overthrow President Muhammad Buhari?
From my own opinion, what I was expecting from NSAS is to make sure that this government is resigned, starting from beginning to the last. It's not a crime. When the president are not doing good, then you step aside. We cannot have a president who cannot trust us.
Okay, so you are saying we shouldn't wait till 2023 to remove this government through the ballot. Is that what you are saying?
2023 is a very big, long story, because we just had an election and we have not seen the fact of that election, not up to 1 year. They start talking about 2023. Are they talking to kids?
I'm asking you. So you are not for a political process. You are not for electioneering. You believe
I'm not out for election. I am not out for election. I am out for them to resign. Let this.
Okay, thank you very much. I've heard your view. Don Jose, thank you very much.
Let me finish.
You have heard your view. We have heard your view.
Huh?
We have heard your view. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You've heard the floor. Thank you very much. And that's another opinion. You see, and that's why it's good a platform like this is created where people can bear their mind, where we can know what our youth really want. That is done for you. His opinion is that the protest should be about the government of the time. So we can say that the governors are speaking from the position going by the opinion of Don Jose. But as a movement called the New Nigeria Youth Movement, that does not represent what we stand for. So I have, please, for those of us that have, I think Abdulaziz, is that you as I'm able to see here, please let's regulate that. So, Mr. Samuel Dada, you're welcome. You have the floor.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, it's my second day here, and I'm loving it because these have a heavy vision for a very long time, that where every youth will come together, and express themselves. It is true that there are news that are fake news. But one thing I've discovered for the past years in Nigeria is that fake news is always masterminded by these people in power. And you can't hesitate people not to come with their own way of view things when government is not coming out to say the truth. Look at our NTA, our national broadcasting televisions. They are not telling us the truth. Thank God for this popular culture that we're having now, because there's what we call popular culture. The popular culture is what we call the smartphones, the Twitter, whatever it is. So, and the Western politics, they can never fight this popular culture, not to talk of Lai Mohammed or one Desmond Elliot. So, if you look at the fact now, they are now coming as they used to do to make their propaganda that the answers is to overthrow. You see, we're still in a military era in Nigeria. And I want to tell anybody that is below 50 years to just wake up. If you are Igbo or you are Yoruba, you are Hausa, these people, they've run this country, in an evil way. And they want to continue with that system. How can you just come and say NSAS is meant to overthrow a government? How do they overthrow? In the military setting, when you want to overthrow a government, you overthrow through the artillery, the defense, and every component in the military unit. You don't just come to overthrow. Like the same thing they use for Showore when they said revolution. And the guy continued to mention social revolution, where everybody will come out and demand. And he stated all what he wanted. That is what, and it's happening all over the world, where government will change their ways of governing, where there will be a modifications of constitution, that is revision of constitution. That is what they call about revolution. Revolution is turn around. And I said it yesterday, the methodology of revolution determines the kind of revolution we are having. Maybe a national revolution, or an Arab Spring revolution, or the social revolution. And I still want to maintain, until we have about 100, let me say from 100,000 above of youth gathered at a spot, going to 1 million to 2 million, then we are ready to go. But if we fail to do that, these people will still come with military, with police. Look at the brutality they continue in Ibadan, where they stop people cutting their ears, asking them for money after they cut their ear. You can imagine. We are still in the military era, and these people are not ready to leave power. They are not ready. And why do you see all the Northerners coming together? Why the Southerners governors are not coming together? Because, like I used to say, the Southerners leaders, the politicians are policy receivers. They are policy, bag makers. Why the Northerners are policy deciders, the policy makers. Because look at what happened. The Northern governors come together and say NSAS is to remove Buhari because they want to continue in the agenda of the Fulani supremacy they've been planning for years. We can't continue this way, and you don't want people to talk of disintegration. You can't continue this way, and you want people, look at the youth in the northern attacking people because they are doing NSAS, because they've brainwashed them to make them believe NSAS is to overthrow Buhari. Is that how to overthrow? You overthrow a government in Lagos, a government in Abuja, and you're in Lagos, is that the way to overthrow? You overthrow people that has power, that has gun. Is that the way to overthrow? Look at these people just reasons and talk senses as if the people are so dumb. My dear brother, we have about 70% of Nigerians that are below 40 years. If we can be able to do some political education in Nigeria, we are ready to go. Instead of all these unnecessary arguments we do within ourselves. The best thing to do now is how we can write in languages. We have 774 local, I can't remember, 7,074 local governments in Nigeria. If we can be able to get
774.
So if we can get 10 people, Nigerian youth that are below 40 years, well learned, and are ready to speak in that language, just 10 from each local government, we can write in a form that people will understand what we are saying, to give them some political education, where they will be able to think on their own that what the government is saying is untrue. Because this youth, it is the same youth they use on Twitter, the same youth they use on social media to throw people. Like my mommy used to tell me that you are coming to social media to talk. When you go back to Nigeria, they will arrest you. I said, Mommy, it is only one gun. It is only one bullet. So all these things, we can't continue this way. We can't continue this way. I was so disappointed when I came to Nigeria 2 years ago, up and down 2-3 times to come and do PVC, come back to Europe, come back to Nigeria for election. People were telling me that they were giving me money. Why I was winning for my posterity. I brought my children about 3 years ago. My first daughter was 5 years. She was asking me, Daddy, why didn't you people learn how to make roads? Your roads are bad. You can imagine. So now I'm afraid to take her back. Now she's 8 years. I'm thinking of taking her back to Nigeria. She will still make the same system she made about 3 years ago, 2017. And we are here fighting ourselves. I'm saying it, and I said it yesterday. Until the Southerners, younger generations come together, Nigeria can never be liberated. Because the Northern youths, they have brainwashed them. We will encourage them to open their eyes of reasoning. The only solution now is to educate, political education, continuous one, in all languages, where people can understand that they are suffering, where people can know that the constitution is meant for them, it's not meant for the leaders, where people can understand that the power, it belongs to them. That is the only thing we can do from now to 2023. And if there will be an election in 2023, let us have a young political party that will serve as alternative to APC and PDP. Nobody should bring the grudges of Jonathan or the grudges of Bola Tinubu within the youth. We should send them to parking, and we can do it. There's something I didn't say yesterday. Just give me this minute. In my ward, there were 859 people that are supposed to vote this last election last year. I went to the board, and they did this right. They placed everybody 10 names on the paper, and they pasted everything. 859, I counted it. So I went there early. The people were there. They never started after 2 hours. I think around 10:30 they started the election. Now what happened? After the election, how many people voted? More than 27. You tell me, 740 something people that did not vote. This is where the rigging comes from. Because the INEC knows already how many people voted, and they will give it to APC, PDP. They will divide it among themselves, and the incumbents will win. So if Nigerians can come out, the youth can come out en massively and stand by their vote. There was a video of Bola Tinubu I watched when Nuru Ribadu was about to go for president. That video, Bola Tinubu was telling the Northerners that one thing is to vote, another thing is to protect your vote. Underline. One thing is to vote, another thing is to protect your vote. I'm a grassroots politics here in Europe. I do campaign house to house. I know how I talk to the Senegals, the Moroccans, the Tunisians to vote for a party, to make them understand why we need to vote for a particular party. We need to do sacrifice. But Nigerians youth, they are not politically wise or inclined. But now we need to start. We don't need to fight ourselves again. I receive a lot of insult because I'm a supporter of Oboyele Sowore. Not because of Sowore, but for the new government to come. Because we all live in Europe. We know what it takes to live in Europe.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Samuel Dada.
You're welcome.
Really made your point today. You had your time today.
Thank you very much.
Happy that you did. You raised certain salient points that this movement, of course, is about bringing a better Nigeria. And from your understanding, how we can get this better Nigeria that we all yearn for is when we awaken our political consciousness, especially with the youth. But I would like to state here categorically that we have an assumption, those of us down south, about those of them up north, that they are not aware. I really think they are aware, especially if you consider the level of access to information and the type of information they have. Remember, they have BBC Hausa. And you see an average northerner who might not be schooled, who might not be educated according to the way we see them. But you see, it's transistor radio will always be close to it here. They are politically conscious. That kind of consciousness is what we need down south. You refer to the statistics of election results in your own polling unit. 850 registered voters, but only about 100, less than 200 will turn up on the day of election. You seldom don't find such up north. We saw it during the 2019 election. We saw it during the 2015 election. Borno State, that is under Boko Haram heavy attack, when it got to the time of election, they ensured ballot boxes got there, and those people stood, even when we saw it in the news that there was an explosion earlier in the day. Those people in Maiduguri still stood their ground, they casted their vote. But let's juxtapose that to down south here. What do we do on election day? It's an avenue for the boys to play street soccer. It's an avenue for the ladies to remain at home and watch their series. This is what really needs to change, especially among we down south. Now that we are awake, now that our spirits has been woken up via this protest, let's channel that energy to a political process that will give us the kind of leaders that we want. Next, I'm going to unmute Chukuma Mfuju, and would like to also see your video. while you make your comment. And remember, we said today's topic is about the allegation that the NSAS protest is to overthrow President Buhari. Is this really true? That what NSAS protest is about? Thank you very much, Chuku.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. I've been following up with the conversation for some days now, so I decided to make a comment today. I think first and foremost, I want to talk about the NSAS, because if we understand what it really means, I think it will help us understand the gravity of what the northern, or some of those northern governors are talking about. First and foremost, I think I would say the NSAS is kind of a symbol that kind of brought the pains Nigerians are suffering, especially the youths, in the hands of the government or the public officials to bear. So that was just like a gravitational pull to pull the youths together. So when it started at first as NSAS, you could see it didn't take time before it could gravitate to other level of demand, like end bad government, end police brutality, and every other thing that started coming up day after day for the days of the protest. So you could see it's like more of a system symbol, that NSAS, of the pain that the Nigerians are looking at, and they demand a better Nigeria from the government or those people in public offices. They demand a system that works. So not just in the security sector, but in general, a system that works, where we all can say, okay, there's justice, there's equity, and the people in offices are there to serve the people. Like they say now, which is a common saying, where the son of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. So I think that is the general consensus of the kind of demands that we are looking at in this series of time. But the truth about it is this: if you look at what they said, those northern governors said, we can't say completely that they are wrong, in the sense that the youths actually needed a better government. You agree with me? At the same time, they needed a better government very fast. They didn't want it to take maybe some 2, 3, 4 years. The truth about it that Buhari has given the best he can give currently. He has nothing to give more than what he has given presently, because you can't give what you don't have. And since he doesn't have good governance to give to the youths of Nigeria, invariably what the youths are demanding is not possible for him to give at this point in time. And the youths need it like yesterday, not even in 3 years' time. So you see, if they say the youths are trying to topple his government, they are not far from the truth, because he can't give good governance as it stands now. That's just the truth about it. Is what he has been playing through, that's what he's still playing. The incompetence is still in the system, the nepotism is still in the system, the tribalism is still in the system. He can't deliver on those promises. So even when the youths are demanding from it, he doesn't have it to give to them. That's why you see all manner of lies that are still flying in the system, even after there are clear evidence that there were some killings in Lekki. Okay, let me just drop this as part of my thoughts as I'm shutting down. I want to say, since this is a movement and it's not a political party, it's good that we hit on certain things that drives us as a movement to be able to stand firm in the hearts of Nigeria. What do I mean by that? First and foremost, we need to look in the short term now, like what is happening currently about this Lekki massacre. We need to drive as much as possible any way we can help to bring justice for those victims that were killed. If there's a good contribution from the new Nigerian youth movement to bringing justice to these people, it will have a way of registering in the heart of Nigerians that there's a youth that is moving for justice, moving for equity in Nigeria, and this was their contribution. A lot of lies are flying. I expect us to be having a conversation center of some of those tapes now that they said they played the video that they had for the CCTV camera stopped at 8 o'clock. We should be able to start looking at what things can we draw out now to push as facts against this truth they are trying to distort. We all know they are trying to distort the truth. So we should be able to look critically now and say, how do we tackle the lies that are in the system in the short term? That's what I mean. If we can do that and bring justice for people, that were murdered or that were killed or shot at that particular 2010, 2020, I tell you the truth, the impact of this movement will be larger. We're looking at getting PVC, looking at 2023. We are not political party. I think there's a young people political party that are there. Good. We have encouraged people in this platform, join any party. So it's good. But key things I think we should be driving at are things that could quickly put a stamp of what we stand for and that we are acting. Take advantage of what is happening now. If we can drive, especially for these guys that were killed, and be able to put points together to unravel or unbox what they are trying to lock out and throw away very fast, I think we'll be able to support the panel that is investigating to get key information to bring those people to book. And the truth about that, if we can really unravel this present situation, it's going to help clear the airspace for any 2023 we're talking about. This is an opportunity to actually drive at to clear that airspace for some of those people that are already there. Because by the time the true story about what happened 2020 comes out, many of them won't be able to raise their head even in 2023. How much more to say they are coming to contest or to canvass for votes? So that's why I'll rest my case for today. Thank you.
Unmute yourself, Mr. Moderator.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. I said Mr. Chukuma raised certain salient point that is very important to us as a movement. And it's usually very good that we know where we are coming from so that we will know what forms our present situation and what is informing where we are heading for. And that's why we usually inform that we should take our time, go to our pages, try to see the videos that we did that led to this movement. The suggestions that came up before we decided a movement would be better at this time. An endemic movement that will permeate all social strata of the Nigerian society, be it politics, be it economics, be it technology, be it social, be it information, everything. A movement that will bat the kind of Nigeria that we want. Now, as stated earlier, this movement is to encourage all youth to ensure that they are politically active. We're not forcing you to any political party. We're not forcing you to PDP. We're not forcing you to APC. We're not even forcing you to the new NYDP. No. If APC is what works for you in your locality, take over APC, take over the structure, become the councillor, emerge as the councillor, influence who will come up as the state assembly member, influence who will be coming up as the House of Rep member, influence who will get your Senate tickets. That's what we are talking about here. That we want everybody to be politically conscious first, because we discovered that most of the youth, if not for this protest, some cannot even differentiate between APC and PDP. Why? Because somebody that was APC yesterday, tomorrow morning is PDP, and he loses primary in PDP, next tomorrow morning he has picked up the next available APC ticket. So, you know, they've gotten the youth confused, so the youth just left them. They are politicians. This issue is not supposed to be like that. We're not supposed to leave our commonwealth for only politicians. This country belongs to all of us. Like Chukuma mentioned a line that has become popular as a result of NSAS protest that was said by Aisha Yusufu, that we want a new Nigeria where the child of nobody can become somebody without having to know anybody. This consciousness that we now have awoken, the way we can get it is to ensure that we all become politically conscious, so that we will not just be giving out our opportunity, we will not be voting just anybody into office. And the person that gets into office first clinched a primary ticket And that's what we are calling for here. That we, the youth, should wake up and we should be involved in who emerge as the ticket bearers of these political parties, both APC, PDP, and even the newly created NYDP. If we just believe we've created NYDP and we're at Eldorado, we might be deceiving ourselves. Even the NYDP, we need to be involved in the operation of the party, in the selection of the candidates of the party. I'll give you an example. Look at what we had in 2019. The Showere of this world, a Mwagali of this world, a Fola Durotoye of this world, Donald Duke, the former governor of Cross River State, Obi Ezekwesili. Imagine these 5 names I've mentioned. Imagine if they are in the floor of the Senate. Imagine a situation where they all went into a room, they could not come out to present a lead candidate for us to rally around, so that we can really have a third force. Rather, we had the third force splitted into uncountable groups. Go and check out the 2019 results yourself. The number speaks for itself. APC had 13 point something million. I think picked up about 11 million or thereabout. And the next party was 30 something thousand. That will take us to nowhere. So it's either we come together, form a formidable third force, or we permeate the existing party. I mean, the existing parties, 2 of them, both the APC and the PDP, they have conventions. Start from your ward to the state, from the state to what they call the region, the zone, according to the 6 geopolitical zones. Then we can dream of clinching the presidency. So as we said, that we are channeling the energy of this EndSARS movement into a political process, a positive one that will lead us to a country that we want as a people. So I have Mohamed Abere here. He was on the show yesterday. I'm going to read out his chart. And he's saying that we have different demand from reforms, good governance, restructuring, or to even breaking up. As a movement, we need to articulate our stand clearly. Whatever we want to achieve, the process must be gradual for us to succeed. And that's what we are saying here, that you cannot build on nothing. We need to start from the foundation. Each and every one of us should go back to his word and be politically active. Imagine what Samuel Dada said earlier, traveling to and fro Europe to get his PVC, to participate in the election. Those of us that are on ground here, what have we really done to participate in the political process? So once again, I'd like to take us back to the topic of today, which is the question that the EndSARS protests, is it a ploy, a plan, or whatsoever to overthrow President Muhammadu Buhari? Is it really true as alleged by some select governors, specifically the northern governors? And you know, this coming up today speaks to the fact that what was mentioned on this show yesterday is true. Somebody called in and said he's been receiving intimidation from the elites, from the political class, that inviting them to the new Nigeria movement is trying to open the eye of the youth up north. But I believe the youth up north, it is not just this movement that will open their eye. They are already politically conscious. We are saying, is it the kind of Nigeria that we really want? Are we going to continue like this? If we really want a better country for ourselves, we need to participate and join in the process of selecting the leaders that emerge for us. And the numbers don't lie. If we have a situation where it's only 20% voters turnout that we'll have on the election day, then we cannot get there. We will only continue to complain. So since I cannot see anybody indicating interest in clarifying this, okay, Abdulaziz Temitope Badmos is here and he wants to clarify if the NSAS protest was meant to overthrow President Muhammadu Buhari as alleged. Okay, Abdulaziz, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be in this platform. In fact, I've been yearning to be in this kind of platform. Can you all hear me?
Go ahead, we can hear you.
You know what the government saw just caught them unaware, because they don't even believe this kind of thing can happen. So that is why they are confused. They are saying this, they are saying that, they are saying all sorts of things. My own view is that is their own thinking, that the NSAS protest was to overthrow Mr. President, which was not true. Everyone in Nigeria, when the movement started, everyone, most of people don't know what it's all about. Even some commercial motorists do complain that these people are just disturbing us with NSAS, all sorts of things. But later, when things start growing up, that is when they now realize that all what these people are saying is for the good of the good of this country. So I should not waste much of my time here. The thing is that the NSAS movement is just the beginning of what we want, because we need good governance in this country, and we must start from somewhere. The NSAS is just to start something for this country. So I'm very happy to be opportune to be in this platform. So that is my little contribution.
Okay, thank you very much, Abdulaziz. When Samuel Dada spoke earlier, mentioned the fact that we need a strategy that we will use to communicate in the local language of each of the 774 local governments we have in Nigeria. And that, as a movement, will ensure that our Committee on Strategy and Structure will implement a methodology of ensuring that we are able to communicate in the local language of our people in their different locations. With that, we'll be able to speak to our people in the language they understand. So I want to thank every one of you for taking time out today to chat about how we can get a better country for ourselves and for our future generation, which is the essence of the new Nigerian youth movement, because the movement is born out of the fact that we, the youth, want to channel the energy. Because some of us have been politically conscious all the way. But when we look at our other colleagues, you don't get encouraged because they seem not to really understand the importance of getting involved.
I have a suggestion.
Okay, I'll get back to you, Ozioma.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You know, you get discouraged when you get to chat with your colleagues that are youth. A lot of them not having the knowledge of how governance work. Can't even differentiate between the legislature or the executive. And you are speaking with a graduate at times. It does not, you don't even necessarily have to be a graduate before you know these basics. But I'm happy with what NSAS has brought. So I'm going to have Ozioma, and don't forget that the show started 7 o'clock. Such, we're going to round up by 9 p.m. So we only have less than 20 minutes to go. So Ozioma, you have the floor. You have the mic.
Okay, so good evening,
I would like
everyone.
to see your video if you can. Because that's a rule.
Okay, sorry, please. I'm camera shy. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ozioma. I don't know if I'm deviating, but then I want to make a suggestion. Regards the this platform going across the 7 years in 4 local governments, I suggest that in each state there should be a representative. I think that will help enforce laws and enforce the strategy. I don't know if I'm communicating. So each representative in each state that will help us broadcast, and then we should also do this through social media. Yes, we should also try to strategize and look for people or employ people who are very, very good with IT media, and because that's a channel and that's a platform people use to reach out to others. And then secondly, I'll also suggest that regards the Zoom meeting, the topics for each day should be communicated before the meeting day, just to allow everyone what's the word now? Like to allow everyone prepare and familiarize themselves before the Zoom meeting. Does that make sense? Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Can hear you.
Okay. I think that's my own suggestion. Basically, that's all for now. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ozioma.
Okay.
Those are the things that is currently happening, behind the scene. The convener and the team that is working with him, we are doing this behind the scene. We are looking at, we've had over 500 responses to the forms, and we want this number to continue to grow. And we've had a lot of persons, offering and volunteering to join committees. If you have not done that, go to our Facebook group or our Facebook page. You'll find the link to the form there. So we are putting these structures in place, and with time, we'll see how all these things will come up, and we hope it comes as good as the plan that we're currently putting into it. Okay, I have Oluwatosin Aderogba. I have okay, I also have Muhammad Abiri. So I'll pull up Oluwatosin Aderogba. Like I said, the show started 7 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock we hope to close the show for the day. That's the session run. So Oluwatosin Aderogba.
It's Aberwagba.
Oluwatosin Aberwagba. You want you to speak to the fact that the question we are discussing this evening is this movement, NSAS, is it about bringing down the presidency of President Muhammadu Buhari, and the governors are using this heavy one, quite heavy, overthrow. Are we in a military rule that we'll be talking about overthrow? So
I think that allegation from those governors is just a business allegation, because everyone knows the ethics of our police officers around there. Even though I, as a person, whenever I try to go out and I see one of these SARS men around, even though without even committing any crime or having something incriminating on me, the fear, as in the fear that just come into my mind, like these people can just stop me at any time, just harass me or just arrest me without committing any crime. So they just, because I think what they were not expecting people to actually come out to voice their grievances in such way. So because of the crowd the end-SARS movement pulled, so they were kind of afraid that this is the beginning of a revolution, because from that movement they can change their ideology, like, okay, from end-SARS we want an end to bad government, and they knows themselves that they are not performing well. And again, as regards what the other lady said previously, I think it's a very good idea. We need to create awareness. Like, we need to create awareness to everyone. We need to have a representative, even though from local governments, not even states. We have to have a representative in every local government, so as to create awareness to people, so as to give orientation, so that people will know that people will share with the ideology, because it's not everyone that has the opportunity to social media. So even though the hoodlums that this government use even to disrupt the end-SARS movement, we need to find a way to like reach out to them, for them to share with our ideology that we want a good Nigeria, that nobody is agitating to remove an elected president or governor or whatsoever. But what we want is a good government. We want our government to like do things that we want. We want them to do things that we voted them for. It's not for them to just come there and enjoy and live in our friends and just enjoy their life. So I think that's my little contribution. Hello.
Thanks for the contribution.
Yeah, I'm true.
So we're calling on the next person now to Ahmed Akole, can you call on the next person to give us his contribution while we wrap up in a couple of minutes?
Yes, we are wrapping up very soon. And can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. So we said we thank Oluwatosin for coming up, and that's what this platform is about. This platform is about giving the opportunity for we the youth to bear our mind, to tell it the way it is in our mind, to share our experience. You can see what Oluwatosin said, that he's experiencing trauma. When he sees police, he does, or any uniformed person, he does not know, he's not sure if he's safe, when he see the next uniformed man on the street. And that's because of the trauma that we've gone through in the hands of our uniformed personnel, our security personnel, all over the years, as a result of the experience we've had. So we want all of us to join us and to also call others to join. How many persons have you invited to join this group? Have you had our links posted on your social media handles? Have you had our links posted on your WhatsApp status? Have you had our link posted on your Facebook page or your Facebook timeline? If you have not done that, kindly do so. You can see how everybody is expressing the joy that this platform has created, giving us an opportunity to judge, to speak to ourselves, and to suggest way forward, better country that we want for our our generation to come.
I have a suggestion.
And we're about rounding up the show. We only want to call our attention to the fact that we all need to spread the news about the new Nigeria youth movement. Mohammed Alileke, if you're there, I'd like you to help share our links, the links to all our social media handles, the Facebook, the WhatsApp group, the Telegram. Please kindly help share these links. Let those of us that are present in today's show also share it so that the news of a new Nigeria can go around. If we have any announcements,
No announcement, though, but what I'm saying is that please, the topic for tomorrow should be posted this evening.
Okay, thank you
So
very much.
everyone can participate.
Yes, thank you very much. We've had that, and that will be done. The topic and time for the meeting would be posted on our social media handles, and that's why we are asking that we all join those handles. We are asking that we all invite others to join those handles too, because when we do, it's going to make it easy for this information to spread as fast as we need them when we share them. We had announced earlier the number of groups that we have. We had announced earlier that we should all volunteer for the committees. Hope you have done that. If you have volunteered for a committee, we have the finance committee, the strategy and structure, the media and movement to government. That is, those that will be relating between us as a movement to the government, the grassroots and engagement, the IT, and the membership and database. You can see we have there posted the link to the Telegram group. I also like that to be on Facebook as we're streaming live, and the link to the WhatsApp group and Telegram group. That's what you have pasted there. The page, the New Nigeria HQ, is pasted. The Zoom link for Zoom for the shows is also posted. So kindly spread all these links so that we can have a fruitful and engaging conversation going forward on this platform as we've always had. And hopefully by tomorrow, our regular anchor will be available to anchor us. Thank you very much. My name is Ahmed Akonde, signing out on behalf of the convener, Dr. Stephen Akitayo, and the rest of the team. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you. Have a nice rest and wish you victory in your various endeavors. Thank you for joining today. I'm signing out.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. You are
Bye.
welcome.
Bye. Take care. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.